Imagine this: a packed plane, a tense atmosphere, and a woman filled with anger. It all starts when a middle-aged woman, often called a Karen online, lashes out at a kind and composed black soldier over something trivial. Her words are harsh, her tone dripping with prejudice, and everyone around feels the discomfort. But here's the twist. This soldier isn't just any passenger. He's rushing home to be with his terminally ill daughter, a detail he tries to explain amidst her tirade. The story takes an emotional turn when the soldier's daughter unexpectedly becomes a part of the confrontation in a way no one saw coming. What happens next will leave everyone stunned, and even the Karen is forced to face her actions in a way she never imagined. Stay tuned, because this is a story about redemption, humanity, and the unexpected power of compassion. The tension on the plane is thick as passengers exchange uneasy glances. The woman, growing louder by the minute, seems oblivious to the discomfort she's causing. Meanwhile, the soldier remains calm, his eyes reflecting a mix of exhaustion and urgency. He softly explains that he's on his way to see his young daughter, who has only days left to live. His words hang in the air, heavy with pain, but the woman brushes them off, her anger overpowering her empathy. Passengers begin whispering among themselves, some visibly uncomfortable, others filming the encounter on their phones. It's clear that many feel torn between stepping in and staying silent. As the flight attendants approach, trying to defuse the situation, the soldier's phone rings. He glances at the screen and hesitates for a moment before answering. On the other end is a voice that changes everything, and it's clear something deeper is unfolding. The soldier answers the call, his voice steady but laced with worry. It's his wife, and her tone is fragile, almost breaking. She tells him their daughter has been asking for him, her condition worsening faster than they'd feared. His grip tightens around the phone, and for a moment, the weight of the situation is written all over his face. Passengers nearby catch snippets of the conversation, their expressions softening as the reality sinks in. But the woman remains defensive, muttering under her breath about how everyone has problems. A young mother sitting nearby finally speaks up, her voice trembling but firm. She tells the woman to listen, to try and understand the man's pain. Others begin chiming in, their collective frustration growing. The woman falters, her confidence wavering, yet she stubbornly holds her ground. The soldier, though visibly hurt, tries to de-escalate, but the tension on the plane only continues to rise. As the plane moves steadily through the sky, the atmosphere feels anything but calm. The woman's stubbornness begins to crack as passengers around her share disapproving looks and quiet remarks. A teenager in the row behind her speaks up, pointing out the courage it must take for someone to remain composed under such stress. Still, she shrugs it off, muttering something about not being fooled by sub-stories. Then the soldier's phone rings again. This time, it's a video call. He hesitates, glancing at the people around him before answering. The screen lights up, showing his daughter in a hospital bed, her tiny face lit with joy upon seeing her father. She weakly waves, her voice barely a whisper as she says, "Daddy, I'm waiting for you." The plane goes silent. Even the woman is caught off guard, her eyes glued to the screen. For the first time, her expression shifts. Everyone waits, breathless, as the soldier softly promises his daughter he'll be there soon. Pick up from where the last part ended and write introducing a second plot twist or escalating the main conflict. This section should raise the stakes, surprise the audience, and drive the story toward its climax. Keep building suspense without resolving the main plot, and maintain SEO with relevant keywords. Ensure the narrative flows seamlessly from the previous sections. Also, do not make any headings. Only write story in paragraphs. Also, make the script human-centric, and don't give feel of AI-generated. Also, don't create violated content which can affect YouTube policy. As the soldier ends the call, tears glisten in his eyes, though he remains composed. The woman sits frozen, the image of the little girl etched into her mind. Her rigid demeanor softens, but she stays silent, struggling to process what just happened. Passengers glance at her, some with hope she might finally understand the weight of her actions. The plane goes silent. Even the woman is caught off guard, her eyes glued to the screen. For the first time, her expression shifts. Everyone waits, breathless, as the soldier softly promises his daughter he'll be there soon. Pick up from where the last part ended and write introducing a second plot twist or escalating the main conflict. This section should raise the stakes, surprise the audience, and drive the story toward its climax. Keep building suspense without resolving the main plot, and maintain SEO with relevant keywords. Ensure the narrative flows seamlessly from the previous sections. Also, do not make any headings. Only write story in paragraphs. Also, make the script human-centric, and don't give feel of AI-generated. Also, don't create violated content which can affect YouTube policy. As the soldier ends the call, tears glisten in his eyes, though he remains composed. The woman sits frozen, the image of the little girl etched into her mind. Her rigid demeanor softens, but she stays silent, struggling to process what just happened. Passengers glance at her, some with hope she might finally understand the weight of her actions. Then, unexpectedly, the soldier turns to her. His voice is calm but firm as he says, "I don't know what you're going through, but kindness costs nothing. We're all just trying to make it through the day." His words cut through the air, leaving everyone in quiet reflection. Suddenly, the woman stands, her face pale. She stammers an apology, her voice trembling, but there's more. She reveals she recently lost her husband and has been carrying anger she didn't know how to handle. The cabin is silent as tears stream down her face. The soldier, despite everything, nods with understanding, offering her a small, compassionate smile. As the plane lands, the tension dissolves, replaced by an unspoken connection among everyone on board. The soldier rushes to his daughter, while the woman lingers behind, visibly changed by the experience. It's a moment no one on that flight will ever forget. As the passengers disembark, a sense of quiet unity lingers. The soldier hurries through the terminal, focused only on getting to his daughter's side. Despite the chaos of the journey, his resolve has never wavered. When he finally reaches the hospital, his daughter's face lights up, her joy erasing the pain for a fleeting moment. He holds her hand, cherishing every second, his heart full of gratitude for the time they still have. Meanwhile, the woman lingers in her seat, reflecting on her behavior. For the first time, she sees her pain mirrored in someone else's strength. As she exits the plane, she approaches a flight attendant and quietly asks for the soldier's name, expressing a desire to make things right. This story is a reminder that behind every face is a story, often more complex than we imagine. Compassion and understanding can turn even the harshest moments into opportunities for connection and change.